Alright. So, yeah. If Derp shows up, when he shows up, he will join us midway through. But for now, we can begin. So, last time, if I remember correctly, because it's been quite a week and I kinda might be missing a few details. You came back to the city, found out that there have been riots happening with bands of zealots, potentially influenced by something, by the light, that tried to cause trouble. Not really planned or even guided, just went for the closest thing they thought of that is impure, or hell, just sometimes probably didn't even think because of mob mentality. So yeah, you were busy with that across the town, followed by some investigation work from Dolan that picked out that I believe I said one or two council members, or was it one?
Two like civil workers and a councilman.
Yeah. So
yeah.
the councilman is like work in progress, as in it's like waiting for
we
a
gotta
good
take him to
moment
court essentially
to do a slam dunk, while the civil workers have been apprehended, and a heavy blow to this conspiracy and cultist zealotry has been dealt. There seemed to be a issue with Chivis, but so far only Pastor noticed that, and I wanna say to there when if he shows up today for this session that, buddy, if you think that this trouble will go away because if you ignore it, I have a news for you.
Yeah. She's just gonna get more murderous. I feel like we need to help her out.
Stuff will be happening. Oh yeah, and also I think from one other big thing was from downtime work was the Infinity Node Blade, the Smith work done to basically mechanically pretty much transfer the properties of Infinity Blade towards like a halberd that will be used by Ibram. I think that was
Vale's working on that right now.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while. I think we established that it's pretty much a case of like 8 pulses.
Yeah, because he's got to figure out like what temperature to put it at, like how to fucking fire it, what the fuck kind of tools he can even use on it to make it mold in the right shape.
Yeah, something like around 70 hours or even more. Plus, like it's not only Vale doing that, but has like assistance from others, because that's gonna be a lot of work.
I feel like a lot of the kids from his order are also working at the blacksmith and helping out just because they follow Vale around everywhere.
Yeah, although I would say that it's mostly a case of like manual labor.
Oh yeah, they get ordered around by the orc, by our old orc.
They are not skilled at all in smithery.
It's just like the old orc is like kind of like his bones getting old, so he's got to have people do like the really manual labor shit.
Yeah.
There's a horde of teenagers that he orders.
There was some talks with Lastimosa, and I'm kinda trying to remember if I'm forgetting something, but I don't know, like this was pretty much the biggest things.
I did want to talk to, he did thank us for like freeing his people and freeing his memories and everything. I would like to talk to him at some point about that and be like, do you remember anything of use? Because like you came from somewhere else, obviously. Kind of get the lowdown on that if he's willing. I know it's probably really traumatic, but yeah.
Yeah,
Someone-
sure, we can definitely do that scene. Because I have an idea. I know what I want to start with. Beckett, obviously. But yeah, we can follow that up with Lastimos at some point.
Nice.
JP, are you around?
I am here.
All right.
Ooh.
So, a little while after the commotion and stress of the riots and dealing with them has passed down, exactly on time, Beckett shows up at the appointed place. I imagine, if I remember correctly, like Sasa basically messaged that, or rather responded to a message that, like her place, as in her house.
Yeah, like the mansion.
Okay.
The mansion. It's more secluded than
Yep.
her house in the middle of town.
Yep. Okay. I think I can do it. I just forgot. And you will. Yeah, basically exactly at the appointed time, you will hear a knock on the door.
I managed he arrived like 10 minutes later, but not exactly the second it was. I'll go open the door and I immediately say, "You can come in." Sorry for yelling earlier. I was in the middle of something.
Ah, yes, I believe I've noticed some leftovers from the interesting activities that were occurring. And yeah, he will step in. And you know what? If Sasa wants to, you can roll insight.
Yeah, I'm always inciting this bitch. Yes, I want to. Because fuck.
Yeah, with a 10, it's like, yeah, avenue is picked up on.
All right. As he comes in, I want to kind of for both of us to go to the like office that Sasa has been using for
Yeah.
her research.
I'm setting you up. Because obviously I fucking forgot to do it. By the way, I'm also giving you this option if you want. Just to be sure that Sasa is doing this meeting alone, or would she want to bring someone with her from the characters?
Bring along all your friends.
Well, I wanted to bring Pastor, but Dervin's not here, so that's kind of a problem.
Got Ibram.
I mean, like, but let's say like Pastor is in a Schrodinger state for this scene.
Schrodinger state. Okay, understandable. So if he arrives, then I would like him to participate, but for now it's just Sasa and Becca, I assume. Okay, does he want to say anything before I talk? Because I don't know if I'm talking too much.
Give me a second, please. I'm trying to, because I think he already got info that, yeah, you succeeded.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Did we tell him? Or did he know something because of something else?
You know what? So instead of thinking that, I'm just gonna go with easier option. So as you sit down and like try to play a good host, he says, well, now that we are face to face, the message, not message, but the spells are so limited means of conveying information. I trust that you have been successful in your work so far.
He's going to. Well, what was the name of the other lord? I keep forgetting.
The Lord of Might, Hellstrom.
Lord of Might, Hellstrom. Okay. She's gonna say, "We found Hellstrom." And I will just like tell him about everything that happened. We arrive at the castle, fucking storm that shit, kill the usurper, found Hellstrom, fought him, realized he was kicking our ass, and then we called it off. He promised to, well, kind of promised to not attack the city. It was kind of implied, but we weren't very sure. And she's just gonna tell him that we got a small glimpse about some of the other Night Lords.
Yeah, throughout the explanation, sometimes he quirks an eyebrow, sometimes his like lips twitch just a little bit upwards. But he generally nods along and concludes that, your group must be quite persuasive. Hellstrom that I knew in the past wouldn't really be satisfied with mere sparring. He always it seems like he wants to elaborate, but then he stops and gives like a small smile and says, but I apologize, my habits are pretty strong. Knowledge for knowledge, after all.
Yes, right. Okay, so what I'm gonna share with you is think about it as an appetizer for now. Because I want us. She like stops herself and just says us. I want us to fully understand this before we move into the next. And she's going to share one of the simpler chapters, the ones that are written by mortals,
Okay.
not the divine ones yet. And the knowledge that I want to exchange it for is that I want the description of every single Night Lord.
So names and titles.
Names and titles, yes.
All right. Okay. Well, if you have means of making notes, you may. Because essentially, Becker like starts like going through this chapter, like doing speed running.
Yeah.
Of reading, and he like actually like looks at someone that reads it and he like understands it.
Mhm.
This boy know how to scam.
Well, with this, at the very least, I can confirm you have a real deal. Written by mortals, sure, but still, it is good to have validation of the deal.
She's gonna say to that, she's gonna say, yeah, just wait until we get to the brain eating part. Brain eating magicals chapters.
Oh my, you are quite at ease, Miss Maple. Quite at ease. But very well, as long as our cooperation will continue, I will see no reason to object. Now you ask a very good question, because while you might have gotten glimpses towards the others, knowing the number and the titles gives you an idea what you might expect or hypothesize. Well, apart from the obvious, me being the Lord of Knowledge and Elstrom being the Lord of Might, that you two already met, the other Night Lords, to the best of my knowledge, and he will basically using minor magic. He's mostly a diviner, but like for purposes of this, like it will be simple for me to like give him like minor illusion thingy, so he can basically create like a magical painting or image of the Night Lord in question. As for the others, well, you have Beelzebub, the Lord of Flies. Then, then one of the two that like to claim the title of royalty, you have the Crimson King, Lord of Feasts. And considering we are doing one royalty, we might as well do the other one. The Yellow King, Lord of Madness.
That's my boy! Points.
And you might be surprised, but, well, while most of them are on the undead sides, some are like fiends, and some, well, are more animalistic. Even if they are not truly intelligent, their sheer might and size granted them the honor of being called one of the Night Lords, which applies to the Lord of Earth, Fenrir.
Oh shit.
You'll huff and you'll puff and you'll blow your house down.
Shut the fuck. Shut up.
Thank God there's no sun for him to eat anymore. Yippee!
I wonder why.
He ate it.
Now, this is how to say. So yes, I'll basically also give like a brief set like how the talk went, and that Hellstrom mentioned that he's strong, but he's probably not the strongest Night Lord.
Yeah.
Well, considering what Hellstrom told you, he would be pretty correct, as well, strength has how to say. He ponders for a moment. There are different types of strength, and in different situations and preparation, some may be stronger than the others, but Miss Ilugas, the Lady of Pain, definitely is the top contender for being called the strongest Night Lord. And she might not look like... She might not... And I will give this as a freebie, as a part of professional courtesy. She may not look as deadly or nefarious as some of the more monstrous Night Lords, but trust me, she has plenty of ways to kill you instantly.
And she's the lady of what?
The Lady of Pain.
It must not be very painful if she kills you instantly. Just
He got you
saying.
there. Damn.
Get got, idiot.
Right, I forgot. Yeah, Winona is not there.
Yep. No, I'm just being nitpicking and
Still
biased.
issue. No, not there.
It might be from Toho. Like the thing was not like a proper trade, I suppose.
No, you're good. I was just like, oh my god, it's how they're here.
Oh my god, there she is.
And
No wonder she's the lady of pain, bullet hell.
True.
followed by, well, the Lord of Earth is not the only animalistic Night Lord. I would present to you, and the visual image, the illusion grows somewhat larger. Present to you the Lord of Seas, Jormungand.
Oh shit, yeah, Jormungandr is here. No fucking wonder.
Now, this one calls himself Manus, the Lord of Abyss.
Big fan. Big fan. Lily, we can hear you hit your mic. Please stop.
Am I?
It's fine. I mean, it's not that.
We can hear
bothering me, but-
thunking from it, but yeah.
You can guess that Shtick is mostly connected to darkness, like really deep darkness. Speaking of specific shticks, well, we also have the Lord of Blood, Mog.
Also, big fan.
Followed by, well, there is Lord of Seas. There's also another one that claimed the depths itself, the Lord of Depths, Nautilus.
Hell
Not
yeah.
enough from League of
That's
Legends. Let's go.
my boy.
Your Honor, League of Legends.
And you know what? This is gonna be a freebie, but like not in character, but for players. This is the Night Lord that has the highest Constitution score.
No, so my direct
Makes sense.
Oh, not the World Serpent.
No.
Nope, it's not
It's
Ilus
our
from League of
boy.
Legends.
It's not.
Not, it's so strong.
Nice AC, idiot. Me uses acid.
They didn't say AC, they said Constitution.
I need to figure out how to tame a shadow when it's over.
Wait. Followed by, and let not the meager size do not distract. Misled you, the powers they wield can depopulate entire city if they get going, as they claim the domain of Decay, the Lord of Decay, Rodcratch.
We love Ran.
That is a scryer of Clan Pestilence.
Vermintide incoming.
It's Miss Sasa, you are smart, so as you've already imagined. We have those that claim the domains of specific areas, like lands, the seas. There obviously
The
must
air.
be a Lord of Skies. I present to you the Lord of Skies, Vorkarzul.
Damn.
Yes,
The
this
fact I'm not being shown how any of these get spelled, I'm just trying my best.
oh, it
We can ask
doesn't-
for the full list after, it's fine.
And yeah, Vorkarzul is like, because he showed Yellow King before, then yeah, Vorkarzul is the last one. All in all, you have, including Becken and Hellstrom, 13 Night Lords.
Soul of 13.
Oh my god.
All right, I got all their names. I made list, so I'm saying that Sasa wrote all of this down on paper. I have them on my hand. Uh,
Could we get a list just for spelling purposes, please?
yes,
Please.
I did my best, but I'm not sure if I spelled it correctly.
I mean, I'm gonna give names because like titles you play are pretty
Yeah,
much.
titles are fine. It's just the names.
I mean, cringe mechanic is like also.
I love everyone. Goddamn. If I weren't bound by my mortality.
Posted in Discord chat.
So these are all the Night Lords?
Yes.
Right? That's what I got? Okay.
I mean, not yet in character, but as a player, pretty much, yeah.
Not in
Because
character, obviously, yes.
Wait, never mind. I only got 2 names wrong. I'm fucking crazy.
I mean, good skill. So now
Hell
you
yeah, I'm
are
crazy.
well, more informed than you were before. Have a frame of reference to see how many of, well, I say us due to this shared title of a Night Lord. Not like, he waves his hand like, shakes his head. Um, how many of those with great power carved Eclipse for their own little part?
So like everyone got their own little place in this world, like their own territory kind of situation.
I am most willing to offer information about their domains, but he gives a knowing smile. You know what price for that will be.
Yes, I know. Sasa will think for a second and she's gonna say, well, I kinda have bigger questions right now, but those will have to wait for a bit. And I want to kind of just like flavor wise, I want to see if Becker and Sasa can kind of just work together to make sense of the notes that, like this chapter. She wants to study the book too, so kind of like what's the word, like research. They're doing research together.
Hmm. You know what? Give me a flat charisma check.
I'm gonna use Flash of Genius for this. 8.
Yeah, no, I should have stated it beforehand, but considering that you've been pretty on the not on the money, like back toward. Pretty upfront and honest. Like the conversation has been going well, so I'm gonna give you advantage for this. You can roll one more time.
All right.
And yeah, you can apply like flash of just like the better roll.
Okay. It's gonna be a 1. Oh, that's a saving throw.
But I think it's like
It's the
still
same.
plus
The
1.
same. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
It's still plus 1. So yeah,
So,
but 25.
25. Yeah.
Yeah, you get a feeling that he's like being truly polite about it, or maybe he doesn't want to like do this quite openly. That while he's willing to like exchange information and like acquire more of it, he wasn't necessarily interested in like joint research, but basically Sasa earned enough, like not street cred, but good brownie points with him.
Yeah, it makes me think of the GTA San Andreas, like respect.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I guess like in the end it can work. That you managed to like get him to agree to that.
Sick. All right, and I think after that she's gonna go find like people, see what everyone's doing. After they research for a bit, they make notes and shit.
Yeah, probably will take a fair chunk of time. You know what? You can give me like one more insight roll.
Okay.
I'm just curious if Sasa would notice it.
21.
No, we're 21. Because he's like so engrossed in research and has like something new to focus on. He's not keeping his cards that close to his chest. And while you are doing the joint research, there are like points where he doesn't like constantly take the lead and doesn't like give you like shortcuts. Like it's still like more effective and quicker than if you were doing it alone. But you get a feeling that as someone that likes to gather knowledge, you might not be the same, but he's still like instinctually likes if someone else acquires knowledge and figures something out on their own merit.
I see. All right. Keeping note of that for nefarious purposes.
Right. So while this is happening, yeah, because right now in like the downtime portion of the of like doing stuff in the town, anyone else wants to grab the ball to have a scene about something?
Out of curiosity, what is everyone else doing in this time? I would probably be helping Lastimosa round up, remnants from the riots and shit.
I presumed everyone else was doing the crafting thing.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of assuming.
I mean, I'm not helping with crafting. I don't know how to do that.
Or that's
shit.
basically Yumi and Winona, right? Or
No, I'm not helping with the crafting. I can't do shit.
I mean,
no, I'm saying Yumi and Winona are the only ones that would have like
stuff to do.
outside.
Yeah.
essentially, like, basically, time is flexible. So if you have an idea for a scene and you need someone specific for it, like we can. Like not everything has to happen in the same day. Like we can jump in time a little bit.
Oh, of course not.
So like to make it like easier for you, so you don't have to like stress over like who is like where at the time.
Yeah, because I've got a solo scene in mind, but if anyone wants Winona, my solo stuff can happen later.
Yeah, I was gonna grab you. Dolan was gonna invite you for tea, just like the two of us.
Okay.
Just the two of us.
Arneson win.
Hmm. Okay. Well.
Is that-
I also didn't understand what Cap said.
I don't know what the fuck Cap
Yeah.
No,
said.
I didn't know. I heard someone else talk around me. Maybe I need to bring it closer.
Oh.
What'd you
Okay.
say, bitch?
I said, and Ibram barges his way into the tea party.
Please don't.
Yeah, I
Dolan is
know.
trying to
Winona
shut up.
kills
Please
him.
don't. Winona kills him.
I will not. I promise.
Make a new
100%.
character.
I don't
Uh,
think you might actually be able to kill me, but you could try.
Shut the fuck up!
could.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so Dolan would bring you to his townhouse, and it's kind of like, you know those houses where it's like a lot of different annexes put onto one house, so it just looks like a mixed mass piece of shit.
Yeah.
And it's really big.
So you mean my house in real life?
I guess, I don't know, but it's like it looks like they just kept adding on shit.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the different rooms and parts of the house look like completely different styles, and they clash a lot, but it's kind of like that homey comforty feeling of like it's
You-
very lived in.
You literally live in a McMansion, because that's
Literally.
what they are.
He'll invite you over, and he's able to find a room in the house where it's kind of small, but has a nice like window wall overlooking some of the city. And he's able to convince like the rest of the children in the house to go do other shit and leave you alone. You're
That's
definitely
good.
swarmed when you walk in.
I imagine it's like they swarm and they're like, "Oh, new person," and then they see like Winona with her veil, and they're like, "I don't want to be next to you." And
Yeah, they like go to
scatter.
swarm, and they're like,
Mm.
Grandpa brought someone scary.
Grandpa did bring someone scary.
And he'll serve tea. And it's like a green tea with orange slice, like very like normal. And he has like little fucking homemade cookies, and they're like definitely not made perfectly because they were made by kids.
Yes.
So they're little like
I imagine some of them are too big and overdone, and some of them are too small and underdone.
yes. But there is like homemade jam and stuff. And they'll sip. And after just exchanging pleasantries, Dylan's like, I don't mean to be unprofessional, so feel free to just, put up boundaries if I'm overstepping. Are you okay?
She
A lot's
takes
been going
her
on.
She takes her time to think about it. And no, I am not.
Yeah, it seems like whatever happened with the whole Crimson King thing really put you off balance.
Not just that. This world has changed since I was last in it. I spent a year away, and I come back and everything's changed. My old rules don't apply anymore. I joined the Night Watch to try and give myself a conclusion. Give me something definitive. But that didn't happen. We slew a Night Lord, then freed one. Or, well, a lesser lord of some kind, then freed one. Then we slew the librarian. I saved over 500 souls. And I was doing okay then, but when we killed, what's his name guy, I don't remember.
Protector Sarif.
Protector Seraph. He was blind and filled with hate. And then I see that same fury in the mobs that attacked my convent and the people I killed. I did not think I was prone to such violence. And I worry that my time away has changed me in more ways than I can know.
When you say you were looking for something definitive, were you looking for a place to die?
Yes.
Hmm.
It was better that whatever I did brought something. And I hoped that whatever doom may come would affect only me. So I figured I'd take a job that puts me as far away from as many people as possible. I did not know what would happen, but I was ready to die then. I do not think I am ready to die now.
He takes a long sip of tea and puts it down. Atonement comes in many forms. It is difficult because that way of forgiving yourself is never the same for everyone. But I believe that we still have work to do. And even though many of the people of the city will oppose it, and they may be manipulated by power that is beyond their control, we need to be there for them. And I believe with your help, we can help them find the path.
Maybe, but I don't think I'm that person. I can help you lot, but with my grand sin, if you will. I sought death not as atonement, but as an ending. I would have rather left my ultimate fate, and whether people viewed what I did positively or negatively up to future generations, as after what I had done, there now is hope for them. I was hoping that they would be merciful, and that they would understand that what I had to do was necessary to provide a future for us all. But with things that are to come, I cannot die. Not yet. It is not my time to die. I have still much work to do with our merry band. Too much is shifting. I cannot be as sure as I was then.
Well, whatever storms may come, know that I am always here to lend an ear or shoulder for you.
We'll see. I'm not used to being the one requiring companions. Being that I am usually the one accompanying the dead.
Do not let your past define you. Future actions can have just as much impact in a positive way.
She cracks a smile, and she'll say, I'm going to be honest, I don't think you would say that if you knew. But I'll leave it at that. Don't want to give you too many hints there, investigator. And she'll
smile.
yeah, just go back to her tea.
He'll just say, "We all have our skeletons. I am no different." And he'll take a sip. And that's really the scene I wanted. That's it.
Yeah. That's good. I don't have any more Winona would add there, so
We just chill and have tea.
yes.
I'd
Nice.
pass ball to whoever else wants it.
I'm good. I don't really need a scene for what I was going to do, and it requires after the whole crafting thing.
I've got something I want to do, but since I was just in a scene, I'll pass it off to someone else if they want it.
I mean, all I wanted to do was just ask Shadow, hey, can I craft this as an artificer? But like, I don't have a scene for that. I don't need a scene for that, so
I mean, you can ask.
I'll message you about it because it's a long list. It's a long list of shit.
Yeah.
Cap, do you have any scenes for
Okay.
Ibram?
Ibram being asked for a scene?
Yeah. Do you want one?
Ah.
Pretty much everyone passed, so
Except for Callie.
Callie just did their scene, amigo.
I can go in another scene if you want me there. I'll
Oh
be
no,
there.
I'm not stealing you. This one is for me and me alone.
Perfect.
I'm gonna go after I wake up and leave my nondescript housing situation. I'm going to go back to the sparring grounds where I first started my Ibram story in this game, and visit my friendly neighborhood bear that I've completely forgotten the name of because it's been so long.
Dugon!
Dugan, yes. And see how he's doing with everything that's going on.
Yeah, hey, you'll find him at the the training ground, and you see him going through the motions somewhat slower than usual. You can give me, even if Ibram doesn't have it, you can give me insight skill check.
Insight?
Yes, insight.
Ibram's not very insightful. Or you know what? Maybe he is, actually. His pluses are decent. Oh.
Nice.
Fucking do old people flirt like that? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was just shit posting. I had this like weird image in my head that I imagine like some of the gremlins like
Is that what happens?
listen in the background and they're like
Were we flirting? Question mark.
and they like shit post.
They will never know.
Yeah, they will never get to know.
Alright, Ibram, with a 24, you may not be an investigator like your buddy, Dolan, but you are able to pick up that Dugan is going through the motions mostly like automatically, like from the like inertia. It doesn't seem like his heart is in it. He actually seems, you would say, almost distracted by something else.
I will lean over into the ring that he's in. I presume he's in a ring. I'm assuming this information.
I mean, we can go with that. My canon was that you have basically like open training fields.
Okay, I enter the open training field, and I basically stand across from him, and I'm like, I don't like that you're battling disheartenedly, my friend. Tell me, what is on your mind while we enter the throes of a grappling contest?
He shakes his head. Oh, I guess I truly must be distracted if I didn't notice you approach. Sorry, friend, but you will admit that you are not the sneakiest type.
And yet I surprised you.
Yes, well, that's on me. And he like lets out this like long sigh and what
Seems to be on your mind.
well, what happened recently? I was training people, the heavy unit, to protect the city from the waves of darkness. I didn't really expect that I would have to try to pacify zealots inside the city. It just felt weird, you know? Like, this is not our purpose. Is it?
Mibram will think, which is surprising for him, and will speak and say, times are different. Though we do live in a city that is surrounded by darkness that creates fear everywhere we go, and everything we do is a fight for survival, I'm sure it is very easy to whip up the emotions of the masses, like has been done. And sometimes our purpose will transition to making sure that they do not descend this city into chaos because they simply are having a moment of mental weakness. Not everybody is like us. Not everybody can stare into the black abyss and come out standing stronger and taller than before.
Yeah, I guess you truly are assembled in a different way.
Build them.
I waited for
Our
someone
beautiful
to
Oh
say
my
different.
gosh! You did not just say that. I hate everything about this interaction now. And Ibram will go, well, that does stem from the fact that every day of my life, from a very young age, I have done nothing but enter the throes of battle for whatever whim whoever commanded me desired. It is only recently that I do the things that I do on my own, and I am happy for that. And I would do much to protect the city, even if it means to keep the masses in check if they were to continue to become emotionally unstable as they seem and appear to be.
Right. Well, this might be the more animalistic side of me having a very strong gut feeling, but I do wonder if that it's not who that did the whipping the mobs into frenzy, but well, he shrugs and then his eyes and head drift towards the great tree, the very centermost tree of light.
Could you repeat that in part? I'm sorry, my headset cut out.
He basically said that his gut animal instinct is kind of telling him that it wasn't who that did whipped the mobs into frenzy, but what. And at that, he looks at the great tree, the tree of light.
The tree of light that everybody, relies on, basically. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, the main one, yes.
The big important one? That's not foreboding at all. Ibram will say, when the time comes to deal, then we will deal. But for now, we have no solid evidence to do anything against anyone yet. But when that time comes, Dugan, to put down whatever is creating the frenzied mobs. Rest assured that our city will return to being a safe haven for those who do not wish to indulge in the darkness.
I mean, as long as the walls are still standing, it is a safe haven, I suppose. But tell me, from the sound of it, you came from somewhere else.
I guess my concern is that maybe the masses will continue to grow in unrest.
Well, yeah. I did as well, but, considering that we are both here and not from where we came from, well, my circumstances are somewhat different. But, you think there are other places? Like this one? Survivors, I suppose?
Yes.
Well, good. As a citizen of the City of Hope, it's good to have hope.
I mean, we are the City of Hope. Are we not?
Yes, that's what I meant.
That's what I just said, idiot.
Whatever. Anyways, Dugan, it will be okay. Sometimes our job requires to do things that we will never expect to do.
Well, yeah, I could use with less surprises for the time being, at least for a little while.
It would be nice. I wouldn't hold your breath. Maybe that's the pessimist in me, but something seems to be happening. And I have a feeling the City of Hope will soon be swept up into it.
And he lets out this another long bear sigh. Great. Work.
What more can we do?
Right, I wasn't doing that much training so far. Wanna test out different grappling techniques?
Don't you know it?
Time
Now
for the
fuck
Greco-Roman oiled man to fight.
What? What? And Ibram will
Did I give
assume
him?
a grappling stance.
I did not. Yeah, obviously in terms of like athletics, Ibram is better, and mostly being the one that has to like if anyone were to give pointers, it would be Ibram to Dugan and not the other way around. But
That's okay.
He's not catching on, but he's like learning.
It's kind of like the Goku moments. They feel better when they train about things.
Yeah, plus it helps that with your resilience and resistance is like you have a wider margin of error so that you do not hurt each other.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's pretty much Ibram's scene. That's all I wanted to do. Dugan felt like he needed to be visited. I felt like something might be up with the guy.
Yeah. It was. Alright. Who wants to grab the ball? If there's anyone.
Wait,
I'm
no,
not
no,
sure.
it's your time.
Yeah, if no one else has got anything, I'll do mine, I guess.
Okay, go
So,
for it.
Yeah, unless there's any objections. Yeah, this will probably happen, like, I'm imagining this happens, like, probably before tea. I don't know, it kind of depends on what happens, actually, whether this takes place before or after tea. But essentially,
Quantum
some
time
point...
right now.
Yeah, it's in quantum time. It's in quantum time. Like, mechanically, she's just gonna go and fucking cast divination, but, she's gonna head back, like, at some point after the battle, like, she's gotten herself cleaned up, had some rest, she'll head back to, her small little abbey, where her backstory stuff happened. She'll head back there, and she'll, pray to the light, just casting divination to ask it a question. So, yeah. What she'll ask, like, as she prays, she'll essentially, like, lay out her stuff here first. So, she's like, dear light, so on and so forth. Imagine there's a whole big prayer, but she'll get to the point and, like, I feel lost. I cannot see myself in your plan anymore. These past few days, I've seemingly done both good and bad for the light. I've saved souls, vanquished great evils, but I've also killed members of the light. Sure, they may have been blind and full of hate, but they were still part of our church. What I want to know is, what is your plan for me? If I am to be some kind of reaper or shepherd of souls for you, I would have you tell me. Ease my burdens. Please. I must know. And yeah, she'll essentially just, like, cast fucking divination to ask God.
If you can click on the spells, I can like see it in.
Yeah.
Chat.
I'm posting it. Boop. I assume I clicked on the right one. I'm kind of away from my computer right now.
To go, event occur within 7 days. A cryptic ride or an omen. This is specific. Okay. Alright. Give me a sanity saving throw.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh boy. Here we fucking go. Sanity saving throw coming up.
Oh my god, they live.
Oh,
They
Guys,
live.
just live.
12.
The most middle of the road you can get. 10 on the dice.
Yeah, I know.
Is just one person making a sanity?
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
I'll
just
know
one
it
of them.
now. When as you cast the spell, the first thing that hits you as you like ask the question, I imagine like focus inwardly, like you almost maybe close your eyes as you try to focus
Oh
on
yeah,
this.
like she is
Tether.
like in prostration, like hands together, eyes closed at an altar, like she's got the full 10 yards.
Your brain is hit with light, as if even if you like through your eyes closed, there's this like pure white but not warm, this searing severe light that is overwhelming, all encompassing. And so heavy. Not really even focusing on you, just its sheer metaphysical weight is its presence is alone is enough to give the sensation of suffocation. But you are barely able to hold on, and there is this weird heartbeat. Almost, it's like the closest approximation you can feel, this reverb echoing in your head that sounds like a heartbeat, but you don't believe it's yours. And with this heartbeat comes the words. Comes the words, and apologies if you can like remind me. You're basically asking like, what is your plan for me,
like,
right?
Yeah, like, what is your plan for me? Like, if you want me to be like just a reaper or like a shepherd of souls, like, just please let me know so I can like live and actually do your work. Like that's kind of what she's asking. She just wants to know what role do you want me to fill within your church, would be like a mundane way of putting it.
Yeah, let's see if I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah, I mean, you can write it down. I'll just put it on my notes or whatever.
Yeah, because I need to like also like
Yeah.
think exactly what it wants to.
Yeah, what it wants to say. That's fine. You can take your time.
What it wants to say. So give me a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the
take your time, because TBH, I was half expecting the light not to fucking answer me. So...
You probably will not like the answer, but
oh, I know I won't, but
in the meantime, JP, if you're around, like considering like that, we see like, do you want to like basically make it that like Pastor was present in that talk? If you can like talk it over with Derp, if how do you feel like how this would play out?
So for reference there, I wanted to pretty much like invite Pastor to talk with Beckett, for us to talk with Beckett, like while the exchange is happening, I guess you could say. Where she gives part of like the information in the journal, and then she asks him the names and titles of all the lords, of the 9 lords.
I think normally Pastor would have, but I think due to the recent like I don't think he would want to have more than one account against him at a time.
All right. Then Sasa shall be the only one sharing this burden for now. And yeah, that will be like the only thing. If Pastor doesn't wanna I guess how do I say it? If Pastor rather not have that burden right now, then that's fine.
Fuck, and that reminds me, because Lastimosa would want to talk with you. Because now I remember that when you were getting after Sarif, the message was sent for Lastimosa to check on Sarif's office, like belongings. Yeah, he would find something. And when Winona's mind is hit with this answer, associated with those words are two flashes, like flashbacks, one could almost say. One is a flash of something that she distinctly remembers, namely the seal at the castle dungeon being broken and Hellstrom being freed. However, the second one, I honestly do not remember exactly if Winona has recollection of that or not, if she decided to forget about it. But the second one, Winona is a flashback or has a vision, like the short flash of seeing herself and like being in a dark room, maybe not even a room, but surrounded by darkness, around a small like ray of light, almost like someone pointed a lamp at her, and then three more appear, and she sees Beckett sitting on a chair opposite to her, and then to the left a swirling mass of crimson appears, beginning to form into a vaguely humanoid shape, and on the right a swirling mass of yellow begins to also form into vaguely humanoid shape. And Becket's mouth seems to be saying something, but do not hear what it is. And that's when this flash ends, and that's pretty much the answer. And the main emotion that is associated with this answer is anger.
I think as like Winona like stands up from her prayer, she'll clench her fist so hard she practically fucking bleeds from digging her fingers into her palms, and she'll essentially just like shout out in just like pure fury, just in Celestial, like, so you fail me again you fail me, just like you failed me before. It's all the same. They were right. The light has failed. You were supposed to be for redemption, to bring souls. Is that not enough? I'll keep working for the light, but not for you. Not anymore. You can't see the good in the world. You are just as blind as your followers. Which I suppose includes me. By light will be done. Let's see if I can't help a few more people on my way out. and she'll like walk over to, I imagine, the altar she's set up for the light, and she'll just tip it over.
Yeah, to your shouts there's no response. Also, I think like if you set any like candles or incense, I imagine there is like Winona realized
Oh yeah, I imagine there's like lanterns and
there's
stuff
some
or whatever.
damage,
for light.
like candles are like melted to the like to nothing. There are like scorch marks where sources of light were, and also like if there's like any like metal lanterns, they still are, but you can see places where some of the like framework, like metal, started to like melt a little bit.
Yeah. And she'll just like stand there and she'll just like watch it, as I imagine like the heat from all the candles and the oil lanterns and stuff just kind of melt and burn and then sputter out.
Mm-hmm.
As like the wax just drowns whatever flame was left. Suppose it's time I worked for me and the light and its people, not for the light itself anyway.
Girl boss arc.
How the world changes. And she'll like seal and lock up her like little abbey again after taking one last look around at all the work she's done. And I imagine, given her backstory, there's still a couple like runes and sigils and such like symbols of what she's done are still probably carved and burnt into the walls. So she'll just close it and lock it up and take her key with her again.
Oh yeah, most definitely they are.
And then she'll just return to a convent and return to work after taking a long enough pause where she could put a smile back on her.
Alright.
Damn.
Pastor.
Yep.
Unless someone wanted to quickly jump in with something else. I don't think so, not right now. Okay, Pastor, so
Yep.
here's the deal. As it turns out, I don't know if that's what Pastor was thinking, but hoping that the problem will go away by not being around Chivis, as time goes on, that doesn't seem to be the case. As probably after a while, because right now we are like mostly in this like flexible timeline, so we can like jump forward and backward in time during this downtime period. But I imagine after a while, like if Pastor checked again on Chivis, he would not. It would not be better. Additionally, even if you didn't, around, let's say several pulses later, you would start hearing, not only you, but that knowledge would be start spreading around the city, so like everyone else would also hear it sooner or later. You would start hearing people saying that you should stay away from, like, keep more distance from the emitters of light. The biological ones, the ones that were made by Chivis during the time skip. Because they are, and you will notice that as well if you like go inspect, because they are glowing with more intensity / ferocity. To the point that if you touch them, they deal damage.
Okay. I don't think Pastor really knows what he would do, and then he genuinely spends most of his time at the that church. So and he doesn't really like the shack that he still decides to say is his home, despite more often than not sleeping in the church. So I think, at least for a few of the days, he would just start walking around the city, keeping an eye on the outward expressions of the people around him, seeing how they feel about the world they are in, almost.
After a while, the hope is still there, but there is still some worry about the recent events, Sarif's disappearance. Because even if there's no official information, it's gonna be a while by then since he was last seen.
Right.
And there is also, after like that amount of time, general warnings across the city, and people mostly being worried by this, that you should stay away from the emitters. They still do their job, like any slumbering creature of darkness gets fucking evaporated by this. And by this point in time, being in a general vicinity, like within, let's say, for now, 10 feet, will begin to, like, injure you as well, because the emitters start giving off, like, intense heat.
Okay.
The plants are radioactive now.
Fuck, no.
Not Chernobyl.
Like, I'm not sure if I'm getting the point across, but the situation is getting worse. It's not being solved by itself.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I'm getting that.